I love to see a country that has education opportunities, a country that has health opportunities, and that the children, the future of our country, really have the options to decide where to go in life.
Have was the brainchild of Jerry Hogan, who had gone to the Agalta Valley with the wilderness team a couple of times.
So we just started going as business people and have done it for 15 years. We set up a 501c3 HAV Foundation, which stands for Honduras Agalta Valley Education Foundation, and we raise money and help them with their schools and also help with their medical program down there.
The goal of HAV is to be able to support the school system here in the Agalta Valley year-round.
It's also evolved. Rotary has gotten very involved with funding specific projects.
In this very rural area of the Agalta Valley in Honduras, where Honduras Outreach started sending people down 20 years ago, there was no education whatsoever. And the group, in sending teams of volunteers down 30, 40 weeks a year, started building first kindergartens, then elementary school, later a junior high school, and now a high school.
It's dramatic. I mean, I think one of the most dramatic things that I remember is the first time I went down there, I would ask the children, what do you want to be when you grow up? And the answer would be, well, I want to be a ranch guard, or I'd love to be a cowboy, or I'd like to be a mom, or I want to, it was all things that, the role models they had. I mean, there was never, those were the jobs that were there. Now if you ask them, what do you want to be when you grow up, they'll say, well, I'd like to be a doctor, or I'd like to be a lawyer, I want to be a school teacher.
And well, I love here because I'm learning, I have my friends, my teachers comprehend me, and well, I'm very happy here.
Now they understand about education. They want their children to be educated. Before they didn't understand education. They will ask, educated for what? Now they want their children to go to university. Now they want their children at least to be mechanics, be electricians, have a technical career, but they see their children going through the educational system, and that is new. That did not exist before Honduras Outreach was there.
Progress is being made. These kids, just put the Rotary funding and putting in the internet down there. And this is putting in internet at a place where if you went down there 3 years ago, you were out of touch. I mean, it would take somebody getting on a Jeep or something and driving 4 hours to get you a message. There was no communication there virtually at all. And now these kids, 30 computers are internet connected, and these kids are there sending email, looking up things, having access to knowledge.
The most amazing part of installing the computers is it was great to get the computers in the school, but adding the internet into the computers made an enormous difference. It's hard not to be struck by the thought that these computers that I'm setting up in here have access to the knowledge base of the world. I mean, we were 8 hours by a dusty, dirty road from the capital of Honduras.
And we saw the seriousness with which all of the students took their lessons. There's terrific discipline. There's an absolute commitment to learn. We know some of the students walk an hour to get to and then an hour to get from school every day. So they are definitely committed, and seeing that and interacting with them is wonderful.
I'll never forget the photos that I have of the children in these crisp, clean, ironed uniforms unloading the computers that day, and us setting them up, and the children with their faces pressed up against the windows to see what we were doing. The look on the teacher's face who didn't speak a word of English, and then me asking the principal who did speak English, what does this mean to you? What does it mean to the school and the students? And he just looked at me and he goes, this is truly a miracle.
The reason is that we are doing this with the library, with the computers and the internet. These people believe in you. You have opportunities now, and that you will be successful someday. And no matter what you decide to do, you will be a success. 1, 2, 3.
Let's give out. This is incredible. The teacher.
For me, it was a dream. It was very exciting because I never in this area see any equipment like this one, and I feel very happy, and I say, oh my God, this is a dream. It's not possible, but I was very excited, and the student also. I remember that they come here and see the computer and say, what is that? Oh, computer. Oh, computer. That's very nice.
To me, Honduras and the work in the Agalta Valley is all about the kids, because the kids are so much like the kids that we see every day in the United States. They're smart, they're energetic, they're determined. What they lack is opportunity and hope. They don't know what could be their future. And for them to be able to have access to computers now, the internet, books and other things, and good teaching, that's going to make the difference. It's a generational transformation that will occur in Honduras.
In the U.S., it costs in the neighborhood of $8,000 to $10,000 per student through junior high school. And down there, for $600, or a fraction of what it costs here, you can educate a student there. So the dollar goes a very long way there.
The clinic that Honduras Outreach has, as the school, they're two icons, I think, the clinic and the school. The clinic began 20 years ago, but the clinic was nothing. They start building it, start making it grow. They took They have trained people, they have hired good doctors that also make sacrifices.
Is special in a lot of ways. One of the ways is that it is the only privately operated public health system that I know of in Central America, certainly the only one in Honduras.
And they have become so good and they do such a quality work that now they have an alliance with the government of Honduras. And the government now doesn't have a clinic there, but their clinic is this Honduras Outreach Clinic.
It's privately funded, it's for the whole valley. It's, you know, that is all the health care they have.
They are working with an alliance with the government of Honduras. And they have a fantastic clinic.
Wilderness team is helping us providing some of those resources we need to help people in these two big areas. And also they have been doing for many years the promotion we need so we can get other people involved in these programs.
They keep their houses clean. Now they have to keep the community clean. That's the next step. They have to understand that the streets are theirs also.
The local people in the Agalta Valley have certainly taken ownership for these projects, as well as understanding the importance of maintaining the projects as they've gone forward.
Providing chimneys inside the houses so that the smoke is able to go out instead of creating all kinds of asthma and other problems that inhaling smoke can have. Building latrines and teaching health and safety. The total comprehensive effort is what's really had the biggest impact. Putting cement floors in all the houses so that when you have a rainy season, they're not walking around inside in the mud and sleeping in the mud.
And unfortunately, it becomes a problem for parasites getting in the feet of children who walk around barefooted most of the time. And for them to have sanitation facilities, which is really nothing more than a concrete block lined septic tank, if you will.
You're talking about an area where when I first went down there 15 years ago, you looked around and thought, well, essentially these people haven't changed in the way they've lived for a couple of centuries. I mean, it was very, very basic, and you know, even now you go to some of these villages and realize that it hasn't changed a lot.
And our group was installing concrete floors in houses that had dirt floors.
We mixed the cement, which was done without wheelbarrows or the benefit of anything that you're used to using here, pretty much mixed on the ground and transported in buckets, and the entire community would come out to assist.
In the afternoon, the children would come out and want to stand around and play with you while you were working at their home sites. Some of the children probably had gotten out of school in the afternoon, but a lot of the children were not in school because we saw them in the morning riding horseback, driving cattle to the fields, and they're having to work.
I encourage you to continue working together even when we're not here. God taught us how to share and to love our neighbor. When they're happy, when they're sad, when they're hurt, that they're supposed to be there to help. And I pray that God continues to bless your business.
They appreciate the people, they are friends with the people, they have a long life relationship with them, and they appreciate that they are down there in Honduras, holding their hands with dignity and saying there is hope in life.
It truly is a worthwhile organization that takes the time to partner with these locals in these small impoverished villages and find out what it is they need, and then really work to give them a hand up and not a handout.
I came away with from the trip is that as Rotarians we went to teach and to serve, and yet in time we became the students, because what they taught us is the value of community, the ability to work with what you have, not to take things for granted and to have any waste, but also never underestimate the power of a warm smile and a handshake.
Being involved here and being side by side with the people is a different experience and one that I would not want to miss, and that's why I've come down repeatedly on this wilderness team trip.